I feel it's appropriate that we discuss a deep subject because I know I said that this was my last video. However, I guess that was my last story time on what is it, June 3rd or something, 2000 and what, 25? Okay, today is July 18th, 2025. By the way, happy birthday, Wendy Williams. My Jersey girl. We're from the same town, same area. And if you know Asbury Park like I do, because, I have family there, lived there till I was 1 years old. You know, most people don't make it out of Asbury Park. So, Wendy was one of the lucky few who made it out of Asbury. It's very difficult to do, when you're black and from Asbury, because, Asbury is the scarlet letter of Monmouth County. But anyway, different conversation for a different day. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Wendy Williams. She's always gonna be my favorite Jersey girl. Another favorite Jersey girl of mine, Connie Francis, passed away. I don't know when actually, because today is the 18th. And another thing too, I always loved Connie Francis because what is it? What was that song? I don't know if it was Where the Boys Are. I think it was Where the Boys Are. That song, when I listened to that song is one of the very few songs that gives me the chills every time I hear that song. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I don't know. Maybe it's a spiritual thing. I don't know. For those who know, I don't know if it's more of a I don't know, maybe like a I don't know. I don't know. I can't even describe why that would even happen. Like, because there's other artists and singers who don't give me the chills. There's like 96, 7, 8, 9% of them who don't. And Connie Francis, that one song, Where the Boys Are, is one of like the very, very, very few songs. I can name like a handful, one finger of songs that give me chills, and hers is one of them. And of course, I'm talking about Jersey today, so it's ironic Connie was from Newark. Do you know, first of all, for people, for y'all out there who are not from Jersey like me, in Newark. Now, Newark, of course, if you have people, if you have family here or if you have relatives here or if you're from here, you know how tough Newark is today. And how even since the 60s, Newark has not, kind of like Asbury, how Newark has not, what I'm about, if you're from Jersey, but if you're not from Jersey, this is going to be a little controversial. Y'all know, see, us Jersey people in the building, we know. When you go to Newark, and even since the 60s, first, like I said, I've said this before. Since the 60s, Newark has not changed much. Newark, let's keep it real. Newark is still the hood. Newark will always be the ghetto. Let's keep it real. There's those certain few towns, girl. Newark, Camden, Asbury, Neptune. I'm from Neptune. Uh, which ones? I know I'm forgetting a few. I'm forgetting a few, and I've lived in the state my whole life. There's well, I'm telling you, there's a few towns I'm forgetting that are like always called the ghetto, always called the hood. Like people, I could even tell you, like 20 years ago, as a child, my mom and I used to drive to Newark to visit my relatives in Newark and Irvington, and my mom would say, "Boy, do you know where you want to lock your doors?" First of all, my mom used to come to Newark. My mom has been traveling Newark since the 70s. Yeah, because my cousin used to own a hair salon on Springfield Avenue, which is in downtown Newark. Imagine the things that they saw at the height of Newark when Newark was gentrified before they kicked the white girls out of Newark and brought us into Newark. Imagine what my mom saw. Imagine what my cousin saw with her hair salon. And my cousin is 87 now. Uh, yeah, and actually, I believe my cousin is my grandma's age. So, yeah, because my grandma was born in 32. So my cousin was born in 37. Yeah, because I spoke to her in 2023. So she's 88 now. Oh, wow. I need to call and check on her. Anyway, a whole different conversation. So I'm just saying, like, people, I just feel like in terms of the East Coast and like really like inner city areas, Boston is always talked about. New York City is always talked about, but notice how you never hear about Newark and Asbury. In terms of New Jersey, you never hear about Newark and Camden. Like there was 20 years where Camden was the murder capital of America. Like that, and then it became St. Louis and Detroit and here and there. But I can still remember when there was a time when Camden County, New Jersey, well, not county, Camden, the city of Camden, I should say, was the murder capital of America because of how inner city it was. Like I had friends from Camden. I can personally tell you. One of my friends from Camden is deceased now, but you know, and he was an interesting character because his girlfriend used to live with me. But it's a whole other. That's a whole it's a whole other conversation. Anyway, so yeah. It's just interesting. Like I have so many stories I haven't even told y'all on YouTube because I'm too scared to offend this one, too scared to offend that one. But I know people who went on my channel and tried to send people my videos because I spoke about them in a video. It's like you came onto my page. What are you doing sending our friends videos for? Why? What? Why? How? When? Where? What? Like, why would you do something like that? You know you're dead ass wrong. And you're sending our friend a video because you are insulted that what is it? That I had a crush on our female friend. It's just that's a whole other story that I at the time I could not get on camera and say that because my friend at the time, and if you watch me long enough, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I did a video with this girl about 10 years ago, and come to find out that that girl I did the video with is racist. But anyway, I'm getting back to story time a little bit. Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to make this video was not even about all that at all. It was about just things the media will not tell you. And my first conversation is actually about Wendy Williams. How ironic. Because I was watching a friend of mine do a YouTube live show about this Atlanta radio host named Rhonda Smith who passed away this year. I mean, last year, 2024. Sorry. And he was saying how, oh, the black community is fake because everyone supported Cat Williams, but nobody supported Wanda. And I have that same message for him. Why can't he support it? And I know you watch my videos, so this is not shade. This is just me being real. That same because this is just for us black people in general and minorities in general. I feel like it's just like whenever I hear men in general, but especially like people in general talk bad about Wendy Williams and talk negatively about her, I feel like A, she's a black woman. B, she's plus size. C, she was also an addict. Like Wendy has a story. People, I remember even 20 years ago. I first of all, I have been the biggest Wendy defender. Even Wendy, I guess, as the kids could say now, the biggest Wendy stan. As the kids say, since like 2002. Like I was like 6 years old listening to Wendy's show and had no business listening to her radio show. Like it's just things like that. Like will never leave my mind. Like my mom used to pull me out of school in the first and second grade. Second grade, my mom pulled me out of school to listen to Wendy's radio show, and she would pull me out of elementary school. And mind you, this is pre-internet. Back then, the only place you could hear radio was in the car or if you bought a boombox like I did. And then only problem was when Wendy was airing in Jacksonville, Florida. I used to live down south as a kid a lot. So when I would be down south, the one year I took my damn boombox was the last year Wendy was on radio. Tell me why. Now that was 2009, right? Tell me why. The minute I fired up my boombox to hear Wendy on the radio that year for her final radio show, I believe it was July 31st of 2009, something like that. Tell me why when I fired up my boombox and tried to listen to, I think the station was WXJX in Jacksonville. If y'all know Jacksonville radio, please comment in Florida, my North Florida people. Uh, oh, by the way, my North Florida people, my Jacksonville people. On First Coast News, if y'all remember that man that looked like the Nutty Professor, I used to call him Nutty Professor because he looked just like him. Y'all remember that man that used to have the Eddie Murphy Jerry curl, and he used to have the glasses like Nutty Professor? Like, if y'all remember Nutty Professor, Eddie Murphy's version, not the Jerry Lewis version, where he used to have the prosthetic suit and the prosthetic face to look like the man, the Professor man. He that the news broadcaster on First Coast News, the weather station, he used to do the weather on First Coast News. Tell me that man don't look like Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor. Tell me he don't look like him. I have not been to Florida in 15, 16, 17 years. I still remember his face verbatim, vividly. And I was like 6, 7 years old. First time I saw this man's face. And I haven't lived in Jacksonville since 2009. And these girls want to get on camera talking to y'all like, Al Donald's making things up. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And as they thumb their nose at me and their fans, I'm looking like, seriously? Seriously. First of all, you have mainstream celebrities who know about my work, and they never, ever say my name in public, but I know about them. I can go on Twitter and personally show you conversations I had with celebrities from what 15 years ago at least. But I don't gloat on that. Like that's not my personality. I just say that because when and this is not just about me, it's about anybody. I would do the same thing for anyone. But when you have sat back, I see it, and it kind of sounds crazy now because of the slap, but I can kind of relate to Will Smith in that regard. Like because when just like me, when you have sat back for 20 years and allowed people to disrespect you, talk badly about you for 20, 30, 40 years, and the minute you say something or react, people are like, "Oh my god, ah, oh my god, oh my god!" Like people are just having a stroke, like, and they're acting like you're public enemy number one, like James Cagney. Like, yeah, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Like, I've had my own fair share of run-ins with certain people, certain gangsters, certain New Yorkers, certain Southerners, certain people who tried to have me murdered. Like I told y'all there's stories I haven't even told y'all on YouTube that, I felt would not be appropriate. Certain people had to pass away. in order for me to tell these stories, and even after these people have long passed away, I'm being called out my name for saying the truth about these people. Mhm, mhm. These people lie to my face and yours, but somehow Donald gets all the blame. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Can someone give me the ruler to explain the length of bullshit in front of my face? I really feel like people take a statement like that and they be like, "Oh, Donald." I don't watch Donald's content because I can't tell you how many people some of whom I know personally, but most of them I don't because they're strangers because they don't watch my videos because they're fake. They're fake. How many of them tell me I don't watch Donald's content because his profanity is too much for me? Girl, I bet you those same 5, 10 people will curse in front of their children, will curse in front of their parents and their elders, but you got the most to say for me? Are you kidding me? Do I look like a 5-year-old? First of all, don't censor my mouth because you want to see a sign of mental illness. It's all these. Is I'm trying to watch the profanity because I grew up Christian. I'm trying to watch the profanity, but when I get passionate, profanity has to be said sometimes. But it's like I get rebellious and I start feeling like certain things have to be said. This is one of them. See, people are so fake. Before Wendy Williams was on television, people loved her unanimously. Everyone loved her. And then the second she got on television, it was like the world turned on her. Like I saw it in real time. I felt it, but I never said anything because, at the time I was 11 years old. I was still the same as I am today, just quiet. Like I was not soft, like I was not outspoken the way I am today. I was not rebellious by any means. I was quiet. I was getting teased at school, mocked at school, ha 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 he he. Everybody, the whole school knew my name. I used to girl, they used to treat me like, well, I can't make the joke I want to make, girl, but I can't say the joke I want to make, but just know that I'm not joking. I'm actually being serious. I'm just saying it with the laugh on my face, girl. But they really treated me. See, this is the joke I'm gonna say. They treated me like Joan Rivers when she was blackballed by Johnny Carson. They treated me like that, like I was a laughing stock. For real, for real. I was the scarlet letter, basically. And you had, first of all, when I was young, people did not like me. They could not stand me. You had people's parents who personally called me. And I'm thinking, how the fuck did you get my number? You have people's parents. First of all, people have prank calls me, figured out my phone number. I don't even know these people. These people's siblings who I went to school with, they probably gave their friends and family members my phone number without my consent. I've had people who prank called me, who live in the same town as me, prank called my phone. I don't know how they got my number because I don't get. See, I'm not stupid. I don't give my phone number out like that. But then you have people like my ex who will go on TikTok and make it look like if you know, you know, because certain people know this story, but I think I've said this before on YouTube, but I've in a joking manner. I had an ex who's just a famous TikToker, went on camera acting like they never even met me. But then in the same breath, they made a TikTok talking about how much they were in love with me and why would Donald ghost me and oh people, what is it? This person made a YouTube video about a YouTube short about me on their shorts channel. If you know, you know. I can't say who this because girl, I might get blackballed. Anyway, this person, my ex, made a shorts channel after their little joint collaboration channel with their sibling. Blew up in their face because they have allegations. If you know, you know. Anyway, and just so you know, here's another what the media won't tell you. The media is not going to tell you how. Yeah, when I dated this person, it first of all, I was introduced to this person because of their allegations. Then I think it was 2 years later we started talking. Yeah, it was 2 years. 2 years later we started talking as friends. A year later we started dating. Okay, cool. I ended up finding out that this person cheated on me and joined the Mile High Club. So then on my birthday, August 25th, 2023, because Steve, if you know, you know, I can't give everything away, but I give certain things away. On my birthday, I ghosted this person. That's why this person stalked me for 8 months. First of all, even when I moved out my mom's house and I was actually working on my life, getting my life together, because, oh yeah, the part they're not going to tell you is when I dumped my ex, I ended up dating her sister, another famous TikToker. Yeah. Let's mention that. And by the way, I still I still have the advice from the psychic medium who, when I was dating this person at the time, how they said to me that this person and her sister have fights over you. They have fist fights because they are both in love with you and da da da. Yeah. By the way, remember if y'all look back, remember all those videos I made about, I mean the ones that I had posted about the Aries and the Leo? If y'all have been watching me all this time, then y'all know who I'm talking about because, I felt it was not necessary to even name names. It's just not classy. It's not classy. And I just figured, they already have accusations and they're already narcissistic. So why should I even go that far as and be as petty and dumb as they were when, as petty and dumb as they were when, you know, one of them stalked me and the other one, first of all, the other one, when I dated her sister, because mind you, one stalked me, the other one, when we were dating for my birthday. First of all, you won't forget my birthday. But then the year after that, the only reason you remember my birthday is because I told you for 5 months in a row, my birthday is on August 25th. My birthday's on August. I had to remind her for 5 months out of the year that my birthday is on X amount of date. And then you're gonna respond by making a music video on my birthday. The release date was on my birthday. Okay, cool. Problem was, it was a hip hop song, and when you look all around the music video, there's just it's this person with nude people all around the music video, and it's on YouTube, by the way. It's like there's nude people in the music video. Mind you, I'm not in it, but you made it for me. Because you're gaslighting your fans. I remember I told y'all these people gaslight their fans. The whole time that we were dating for 2 years, I uprooted my life for this person. Now I'm not gonna take it back. Like I can't take it away from them. I did move out my mom's house, which people don't know how I had to be strong to get through all that. Like I really went through some shit to move out. First of all, I was 27 with no resources. I had never lived on my own before. I had always lived with family. I had never even lived with anyone else beside who was not me or my family or like my parents or extended relatives before. So that was like a big jump. At 27, I moved out. with $3 to my name, like $3 in cash to my name, and I still made it. Like I had to pull a lot of strings to get certain things. I, and that was all because of this person that made that music video that I was not a part of, and they were gaslighting everyone into thinking that that they were dating someone else, basically. And then come to find out, when I made a statement online and exposed this person, oh yeah, that person went on, did a whole live show on a certain website. I am not gonna mention. I'm too classy to mention this website. It's full of prostitutes, hookers, and whores. um, and don't call me out because we all know it's true. I'm not saying the name of that website, girl, but if you know, you know. It's full of prostitutes, hookers, and sluts. Anyway, and you're on that website, but you're coming across as a Christian, and you and your sister are coming across as Christians, but you're verbally abusing people on camera, and listen, if I was to air out some of the things they said to me behind closed doors, we would, and listen, I might not be here by now. I might have had a bullet in my back of my brain. But anyway, I overcame all the abuse. I survived, like Adele, which I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing like Sia in her megaphone, because she's legendary Queen Sia, with those vocals, legendary vocals. Anyway, by the way, where is that? And y'all know Sia is my all-time favorite singer. By the way, total idol. I've been a fan for 16 years. Yeah. By the way, where can y'all find that video for me of Sia singing into her megaphone the lyrics to Alive, like the bridge verse to Alive? Cause it's weird. I used to love that video of her singing the bridge to Alive in the megaphone behind the scenes when she did the music video. And now I cannot find that video. I'm like, did she scrub it off the internet or something? Like, who took it off the internet? Because I love that video. And it's crazy to me how people, not all, but a few, and y'all haters know y'all are, the C haters, for other reasons other than the movie, but I haven't watched the movie, so I can't judge. Anyway, you have the C haters and this is not what this video is supposed to be about, but it's been 30 minutes. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. See, I always do this. I always do this. By the way, can y'all find the video of Sia singing live into her megaphone for me, please? Because I love that song, and hearing her singing into her megaphone with natural vocals, live vocals, no auto tune, no computers, bitch, live vocals. Y'all are offended at live vocals to the point where she took it off the internet. Y'all took it off the internet. Are you kidding me? It is weird to me. It is very shocking to me. Weird, shocking, disgraceful. But these girls will let. I'm just gonna say, I, what I'm about to say is controversial, but and it's no disrespect because I love this person as a person, but y'all are gonna let Benson Boone have a career. First of all, have and let's not forget half these girls who go on talent shows like American Idol, like Britain's Got Talent, whatever. Some of these girls have record label deals. I mean, record deals. Sorry, some of these girls have record deals already before they even go on these shows, and y'all gonna give them all the clout and all the fame. Why? Who? What? When? Where? In what world? You mean to tell me that Benson Boone went on American Idol? Mind you, I even heard that he was doing content on that website, for hookers, prostitutes, and whores. Starts with a O, ends with an F. Yeah, the one that my ex girlfriends were on and still are on, and yeah, we're not gonna mention them, but anyway, we're gonna call it BensonBoone.com because it's for Georgia hookers, prostitutes, and whores. Girl, I sound like Paul Lynde. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, that's why little Paul Lynde was so funny. So funny. If I ever said half the stuff he said today, him and well, I almost said Carol O'Connor, but Carol O'Connor was nice in real life. But people started assuming that he was just like Archie Bunker in real life. He was nothing like that at all, by the way. I want to make that clear because sometimes people forget that there's a television show and then there's the person in front of when the camera's cut off, there's a human being behind what you're saying about them. It's like people need to really remember this stuff. And that's my argument with Wendy Williams. How people really hate Wendy Williams and they try to I'm saying not about the conservatorship, I'm saying before that. How people used to hate her, hate her, hate her, hate her, hate her. And for 20 years, even from my childhood, I told y'all the minute she got her TV show, I felt like I felt the hate that she got starting, and it was slow at first. Chris Brown used to call Wendy a man, and like people used to attack her, just being nasty to her. It was weird to me, and it wasn't just because we're from the same area, in New Jersey. It's because Wendy is a black woman. Then, of course, Wendy's plus size. Then, on top of that, Wendy was also an addict. So it's like it's weird to me how it's like you will look in your own family. I'm saying for the haters online who judge Wendy, y'all will look at your own family and say, "Oh, don't say that to her." But you can say that same shit about Wendy Williams. Let a stranger say to your sibling, "You look like a man. You're a crackhead. Da, 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 da. Shut the fuck up, bitch." Da, 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 da. You can say all that, but mind you, a stranger says that to your sibling or your relative or your grandma or your cousin, and it's World War III. And you want to smack this hoe like it's Jerry Springer. But you can say all those same things to Wendy Williams' face, and not even to her face, but to a camera phone. Type that on YouTube and put that on her channel like that. What? It's just weird to me. It's very weird to me. It's very disrespectful, very degrading. And yeah, feel the way you want to feel about what Wendy says on television, but regarding the general public, she never said for the stuff that she said about celebrities. She never said any of that to the general public. She never made weird remarks about the public. So why is the general public really for the last 30 years? Why has the general public hated on her, shitted on her, disrespected her? Like And Howard Stern, I forgot about what you said about Wendy Williams too. I don't and I like Howard and Wendy both. I do. But for Howard to disrespect Wendy the way you did, that was what crossed the line for me with Howard because I also looked up to Howard too as a kid. Still love Howard and but I'm still neutral to Howard. I'm not as much of a fan as I used to be of Howard even when I was a kid. Because it's like when he disrespected Wendy for me, that was where I drew the line. So now I really only listen to Sirius for Howard only when he has like celebrities he has on and they're people I care about. Like I loved his Charlie Puth interview. By the way, Charlie Puth is from Rumson, by the way. 30 minutes from where I grew up. You know, shout out to Mama County, by the way. Uh yeah. talking about Charlie and his talent threw me off. Love me some Charlie, by the way. And no, Taylor was not the first person to say Charlie should be bigger. Uh, yeah. We all feel Charlie Puth should be bigger, but I'm gonna try to keep my comments about certain A-listers who don't deserve platforms, have no integrity to myself. Anyway, so yeah, I just feel like because I just lost my whole train of thought talking about Charlie Puth and Sia and that whole thing. Just made me lose my whole train of thought. But anyway, oh, that's right. What the media won't tell you how fake. That's right. How fake people are. The reason why, because I wanted to talk about the whole Wendy stuff, how people are doing a double standard with Wendy versus Wanda Smith, and we got sidetracked into all that other stuff. Anyway, yeah, so it's like people disrespect Wendy Williams' situation, but we're talking about free Britney, but not free Wendy. And it's weird to me. It's very weird to me. And I don't know if it's because Britney is a white woman. I don't know if it's because Britney has more money than Wendy. I don't know if it's because Wendy doesn't have as big of a fan base as Britney. I just don't know the reason why Wendy's not getting more publicity for her conservatorship to get out of her conservatorship because it's scary to me. It's like y'all would let a black woman die and not care about her. But Britney Spears gets away scot free because let's keep it real, her white fan base is defending her. It's crazy to me. And I love Britney too. I love me some NSYNC too. By the way, I Want You Back is my favorite NSYNC song, by the way. Is that I get NSYNC and Backstreet mixed up sometimes. Is I Want You Back NSYNC? I think it is. All I ever want. Yeah, I feel like that is NSYNC. And y'all, I wasn't around back then. I was born in '96. I grew up at 6 years old with a Walkman. I used to sneak my Walkman into school. How don't I remember I Want You Back? Because that is my fucking song. Between I Want You Back and I Want It That Way and what was that song? I used to love that song, Larger Than Life. That makes you larger than life. I love that song too, by the way, still now. Because NSYNC has timeless hits too, but no one ever mentions how timeless their catalog is. Um, Also, Aaron Carter. I we need to talk. No one, first of all, no one ever mentions how underrated Aaron Carter was because I feel like Backstreet really I feel like Aaron Carter always lived in the Backstreet Boys' shadow. Oh, and Jane, their tired ass stage mammy, the one that got it over for the narcissistic stage mother. Yeah, I know about her too. How you and your husband stole your children's money up from under them. They had no money in their Coogan accounts. Yeah. Y'all sat up there and bought a mansion in Florida. See, I told y'all I don't like Florida hoodbookers. Y'all were Florida hoodbookers, and Jane's from upstate New York. You're supposed to be from my area, carry from a class. Like you're supposed to be, you know, a classy lady. But you could take the girl out of New York, but you know, you can't take the crazy ass New York out the girl. I'm just saying. It's weird to me. It's very weird to me. Like, you pimped your kids out to the industry. Let's keep it real. You sold your kids' souls to the devil, pimped your kids out to the industry, but you still want to reap the rewards of pimping your kids out to the business. It's weird to me. And then you sit up here on marriage boot camp with your son, Aaron Carter, who's deceased, by the way, because he did not deserve, his childhood trauma and stuff. Although Aaron is a narcissist, let's keep it real, because Aaron lies a lot, so we got to keep everybody's narcissism and all of that. And he's dead, but I've said this since he was alive, by the way. Don't blame the messenger, girl. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just saying. It's true. There's videos about people he worked with who have said he's a pathological liar. I'm just saying that's in his lifetime. I also was told personally that like a few days after Aaron Carter died, I was told personally that he had written a memoir and he had tried to say that my in his unpublished memoir. By the way, why hasn't that memoir come out, Aaron Carter's team? I know about that memoir. Why hasn't it come out? Tell me. Tell me. I don't have Botox. My face is moving, girl. So you can't inject me with that vaccine called Botox, bitch. Don't inject me with Botox. So the only vaccinations I like is COVID vaccinations, girl. I have my COVID vaccinations. I have my booster shots, girl. I have my meningitis. At 13, never got meningitis. Thank the Lord. Knock on wood. Yeah, I got my whatever else vaccinations that they give you for the last 60 years. Um. Anyway, I haven't forgot what the topic at hand. Anyway, yeah, tell me why in that unpublished Aaron Carter memoir, why Aaron Carter personally mentioned that Michael Jackson did certain things to children that he saw because he was friends with Michael Jackson. Then he went on Vlad TV on YouTube talking about, oh, Michael never did anything. Michael was innocent. I'm like, so which part is true? Because see, this is Aaron. I feel like this is Aaron being delusional again. Like, and yeah, we know you were molested by Diddy, Aaron Carter. Let's keep it real. It's not Lou Pearlman. It's not Lou Pearlman, the bisexual man from crazy ass New York. Okay, because the media loves to say, "Oh, Lou Pearlman molested him." It was Diddy, bitch. It was Diddy. Why is no one talking about how Aaron Carter was molested by Diddy as a child? Why? And by the way, of course, Diddy trafficked all those girls. Of course, he raped all his victims. First of all, Diddy paid people off. It's clear as day. You can see it with your own eyes. Diddy paid everyone off. That's why he was found innocent of trafficking. It's crazy to me. It's like people don't have eyes anymore. People can't look at the truth. If the truth was in front of people's faces, they would run from the truth, girl. Like, it is crazy to me how people are scared of the truth. It's just like Dead Poet Society. Whenever that movie came out, you can't handle the truth. That is true about these lawsuits with these celebrities. If you look at any celebrity lawsuit, by the way, I made a video on my great grandma's birthday, December 29th of 2024. I will never forget. About the Blake Lively case that she's going through with Justin Baldoni. And I said in that fucking video, that was a 4-part video, an hour and a half long. I said in that video that Blake Lively is being manipulated and that Blake is a narcissist. I said it multiple times in that one video. And I said clear as day, I think I said something like Justin Baldoni gonna win the case, something like that. I already knew back then that Justin Baldoni was innocent of that Blake said about him, and that Blake Lively was smear campaigning him. I knew. By the way, for Blake Lively to be my Virgo sis like this, and me and Blake Lively the same birthday. She is making all us Virgos look horrible right now in these streets. And we don't know her, we don't claim her, we don't represent her, okay? Because quite frankly, I have known about Justin Baldoni for like 8 or 9 years or something like that. My mom used to be the biggest fan of Jane the Virgin, the TV show. She used to religiously watch Jane the Virgin. And The only thing was my mom said by the time Justin Baldoni came on the show, she had stopped watching the show because that was in season 4. So I think she stopped watching, like, season 3. Because I only watched I think it was the first 2 seasons I watched, and then when season 3 started, I stopped watching. My mom stopped watching when season 4 started, so she don't even know about Justin. Anyway, I already knew about Justin from his podcast called Man Enough, which was from many, 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 many years ago. It's been on since for, like, 2016, 17, and I before this trial and everything with the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case, I was like the biggest Justin Baldoni stan. I had never even knew I've never even met him in person. I have just I I know authentic people when I see them, and Justin Baldoni, in my personal opinion, I had never heard anyone say a disrespectful thing about Justin Baldoni at all. Everyone I had heard from had kind things to say about him. Everyone had said how he's the most respectful, most gentlemanly, most honest person they knew. Next thing you know, this Blake Lively case comes out and the world turned on him. It was crazy to me. It was crazy to me. I feel sorry for him. I really have empathy for Justin because, I come from a background where I always felt like men, all men are toxic. Da, 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 da. I still deal with that myself. Running around with people I used to run around with, you would think that men are toxic too if you knew who I knew. Anyway, but Justin, really, to me, it comes down to 3 people. The 3 nicest men I have ever heard about in the industry is Justin. Are there 4 or just 3? Yeah, I guess you could say 3. Is the 3 most respectful men in the industry that I've never heard anything negative about is Shawn Mendes, Justin Baldoni, and I wanna say Zayn Malik, but I don't quite. It's interesting to me. I have to go back and look to see if there's anybody with a negative experience with Zayn because he is releasing a rap album from what I heard, and one of the songs on his new album is about the racism that he faced in the industry. It's very, very interesting to me. Anyway, but I'm sorry, we just got so sidetracked that this was not what the video was supposed to be about. I talked about like 7 other things other than what this video is supposed to be about. I wanted to talk about, how Wendy Williams, excuse me. I wanted, sorry, to talk about how Wendy Williams is being so disrespected in the world today and how there need to be more celebrities showing her love, need to be more people showing her love, but that turned into like 40 to like 1 hour practically. Excuse me. That turned into practically 1 hour of this subject, that subject, this subject. I'm like, how did we even get on this subject? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it's just I might have to do a part 2 to my last video. So, with that being said, because I'm getting hoarse now in the voice. With that being said, I love y'all down. Bye.